Hello scholars, welcome to Warframe Academy Legends. Today we are with Warframe streamer xAlpxne. How are you doing today, xAlpxne?
I'm doing pretty well. A little bit sleepy as usual, but can't complain otherwise. Feeling pretty good.
Nice. And for those who might not know you in the audience, do you mind explaining who you are and what you do?
Yeah, my name is xAlpxne, and I'm a relatively new, primarily stream Warframe, so I'm a Warframe streamer, and I have gotten into some other games like Marvel Rivals. I also have I used to play a lot of Overwatch and Apex Legends, but yeah, I just started streaming Warframe. I've been playing Warframe since not that long ago, but yeah, it's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Nice. And so, about the other content you make alongside Warframe, sort of like what, like, you know, so is it just mostly like Marvel Rivals then?
Well, actually, I've also done some Peak streams too.
Oh, nice.
I'm focusing mostly on Warframe, but
Yeah.
I do want to get into Marvel Rivals a bit more because it's really itching that PvP itch I have,
Yeah.
or scratching that PvP itch I have. But yeah, it's primarily just focused on Warframe right now.
Amazing. So, I got to ask, why Warframe? What sort of sparked that initial desire to stream Warframe?
So I had played also Destiny 2 for a long time.
Yeah.
And as the game is kind of over time, it's kind of been a little iffy here and there. Not a lot of my friends play it anymore, so I was kind of looking for another game that was similar to kind of get into and see how it was. I was recommended to try Warframe by a good friend of mine, and I've pretty much been hooked ever since. And I really have loved the community. Like, everyone is so kind in Warframe. I've loved how rich the gameplay is, how much you can tailor your builds, your weapons, and everything. That's kind of what's really kept me going in it.
Yeah. Awesome. And so did it take a while for Warframe to click with you when you first started playing, or did you just sort of immediately hit that flow state with the game?
It definitely took a little bit. I was such a lost little baby Tenno for a good 15 mastery ranks, I think.
Yeah.
And I was between getting stuck in open world, not knowing where to go, and not knowing can I leave this defense? What is happening? It took a little bit to kind of figure out the different activities and kind of, like you said, the flow of the game itself.
Yeah.
But once that kind of clicked, I've really started to feel more comfortable making being more confident in the builds I'm making, and knowing having a better feel what works for me. And that's kind of what I've been latched on to, just focusing on what's enjoyable for me to play, but also what is not necessarily a meta, but just kind of having fun with it.
Sure. And so did you was your initial impression sort of the usual oh, it's pay to win, everything's bought with platinum, when you go into your arsenal and you see everything on sale?
That's what my first impression was.
Yeah.
Just because I saw the platinum symbol by everything, and again, coming from other games that are pretty much pay to win, I was like, oh no, it's another one of these. From the people who had helped me get into the game, they reassured me that you can get everything without spending a single penny. Obviously, I have bought a lot of things in Warframe at this point, but it is really nice to know when I started to realize how much of it you can just get for free. That's kind of also another reason why it's kept me with it, is just the accessibility of it for everyone in that way.
Yeah. Some people say it's one of the last truly free to play games.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
That's good. So when it comes to streaming Warframe, do you think that a lot of audience come for the Warframe stuff, or do you think that you're mostly a personality based streamer?
I would think it's mostly the Warframe, I would guess, because I at least try to be somewhat good at what I'm playing.
Yeah.
And I really love the movement in Warframe. Coming from Apex, also, I love the movement.
Yeah.
And I like to think that I hope my aim hasn't gone to complete doo-doo, since I haven't played true PvP games in a while, and I haven't been using my aim trainer, so I'm hoping my aim hasn't gotten that bad over time. But I still try to be semi-decent at what I play, so I'm hoping that it's. I mean, I try to be myself also, but I also try to do interesting, I guess chill, interesting things in game. So I'm hoping it's some kind of combination of the two.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, because as I did some research into you, because a few people have sort of mentioned you here and there, and you get like raided by you get raided by the Next Player Collective group quite a lot, like Dongo and Coach and all that lot. And so I was sort of just like asking, like, hey, would this person be good to interview? How do you feel about? And they have had nothing but the nicest things to say about you, honestly. And so,
so nice of them.
And so it does lead me to the impression that a lot of people do come for yourself, which is, a really nice part of the Warframe community.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely like very reassuring to hear. That's wow. They're all so nice over there.
So is there any particular Warframe or like loadout that you've like developed a real like close affinity with since you started streaming?
Oh yes. I think most people nowadays have talked about before. I like never take off my Latron Prime Incarnate. That's like I have that on me all the time. I have that on me. I have Grimoire on me, and I have my Orthos Prime. That's like the three things that if I'm that's like my comfort loadout. Like if I'm scared about something or I'm not sure how an activity is supposed to go, like I always take those things. And then in terms of like a Warframe, I've been playing a lot of Uriel for the movement lately. But I think Dante is still my most played Warframe by far. And then closely behind, I can't remember if Uriel or if it's Equinox, which one's like the second, but Equinox is also one that I play a lot. So those three frames are kind of like my top three a lot that I play.
Yeah. That's really cool. You don't see a lot of Equinox players.
Yeah, I've noticed that, yeah. I think it's because I like melee builds. As soon as I discovered how powerful melee was, I just started like whacking everything in game and learning about all the different ways I can like smash things or like slice things with different kinds. It's like the amount of different melee weapons in the game is like astonishing to me. So that's kind of why I discovered Archetytron with Equinox and the Slam build, and that's kind of like that's been very fun for me. So
nice. And is that something that like chat's really on board? Like, do you think chat ever like reacts like really positively to you playing like Equinox, especially because they're more out there frame?
Yeah, definitely. I have had a few people when they've asked me like what my top frames are, and I mentioned that Equinox is one of them. I definitely get. I've had a few comments, not mean comments, but comments like, "Oh, that's interesting," or like another saying that I'm another like Equinox enjoyer, or it's nice to see someone who's not playing like meta or something like that. So it's usually like pretty positive feedback, which is really nice because, like I do believe there is a time and place for like a meta kind of thing, but especially in a game like Warframe when there's so many different ways to adjust a loadout or a frame to fit different things, like why not play how you want to play? Yeah.
Because there's something, and you may agree with this, a lot of people conflate a Warframe being powerful with a Warframe being good.
Yeah.
In the Warframes like Equinox are incredibly, incredibly powerful, but they just require a little bit of effort and setup. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely takes a little bit more like, I don't know if I should call it like mental gymnastics, because I usually just play Equinox on her day form to like, keep it going. And I usually take her into like Steel Path, like if I want to do level cap Void Cascades, that's what I usually use. And I've quickly learned that trying to do level cap in Steel Path Void Cascade while talking to chat, like going back and forth mentally, it's a little difficult. But I definitely do agree with that. It's takes a little bit more like kind of set up, like building up the damage for maim and everything. Yeah. And kind of like juggling that, I guess, mentally. But I definitely like I do like that about a lot of the Warframes though, because while it's nice to just like I not have to aim with like Sevagoth or something, I do like my brain's like always on, and I'm always like looking for something intellectually to be like stimulating. Yeah. So it's nice to have kind of those options to play as well. Yeah.
Have you ever tried a Warframe called Lavos? Because he might be right up your alley if you're into the more mechanically complex Warframes.
Yeah, I have played a little bit of levels. I think I mispronounced like at least half of the things in this game, but I have played Lavos a little bit. Last time I played it, I won't say I was a baby Tenno, but I was definitely like an adolescent Tenno or something, and I wasn't so sure about like how it should feel to play, or like what if a Warframe is effective, what it should feel like to play that Warframe. And it's something that I have spoken about before that I would... He's a frame I definitely am interested in going back and revisiting at some point. But yeah.
That's super cool, because again, like, I find that a lot of Warframe streamers prefer like mechanically complex Warframes purely because it gives them something to focus on instead of just reading chat and then, you know, nuking runes, so to speak. So did you...
Yeah, like...
Sorry.
No, I was just saying, I do enjoy nuking runes, but I try so hard to pay attention to chat, but like, I find that like, I don't know, like, I'm always tired, I'm always running on one brain cell, and trying to like, I'm still trying to find that balance of like, a mechanically complex frame to play that will not, that I can like also, like delegate enough of that last brain cell left to keep up with chat. So I do like talking to my viewers. I do like engaging with them, and they're really kind, and it's just nice to have people to talk to.
Yeah. And so you're a scientist in real life, is what I gathered from your Twitch bio? Oh
yeah. I feel like this was going to come up, but yes. Before I started streaming, I did a 3-year research fellowship in cancer immunology, and before that, I finished my master's degree in chemistry, and I have an undergraduate degree in biotechnology and molecular bioscience.
Wow, that's so cool. And so, you know, what led you from like that to like, oh no, that's going to sound really negative. I don't mean like that, but how do you go from doing like cancer immunology to streaming? Like, what's the pipeline there?
Yeah, that's definitely a good question. I've always loved gaming. My whole life I've been a gamer. I started on like the PS2 with Sly Cooper. That long ago was my first console. But ever since then, I've just loved gaming. I've also loved like learning about the way things work in the world, like in the physical world.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And
sorry.
It kind of led me to pursue that in college, and I was just bad at taking a break in college. Like, I just kept going and going and going. I just got exhausted and pooped like all the time. The burnout was real. My first semester in my grad program, that's when COVID hit.
Yeah.
And like that's when we had to like, you know, do the staying at home orders and everything, the self-quarantine. And that kind of contributed to burnout. And then I went straight from that into that fellowship. And I just, that sequence of events on top of a few, you know, life hitting me pretty hard. Once I got to that fellowship, it really like kind of just took everything out of me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's okay to speak on this a little bit, but I had a very close friend of mine pass away suddenly in an accident, like my first week at this fellowship. And I knew him for like over 20 years. Our families are close. I grew up, he was like my brother growing up.
Yeah.
So that was really hard. And then after that, I found myself in a very unhealthy, abusive relationship that I just left this past November, so it's still pretty early.
Yeah.
But just kind of coming out of all of that, it really took a lot of energy out of me. I didn't really feel like myself, and I just wanted to be able to get back into things that I knew were kind of my roots.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why and actually one of the pieces of advice my therapist I had before gave me was to do something for myself.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of why I really went for streaming, because it's something I've always been interested in.
Yeah.
I've always loved learning about other people, meeting new people. And yeah, that's kind of why I'm doing this now.
I mean, I'm really sorry for your loss and those dire circumstances, but it does sound like you're a very, like, you know, self-assured, like very motivated person, and that's incredible to hear after all of that strife.
Yeah, I definitely, some days I wonder how I didn't lose my sanity, because I mean, maybe some of it is gone, but yeah, it's something that I've always, I feel very fortunate to have very supportive parents.
Yeah.
They have supported me no matter what I've done. They've always had my back. They've always been there for me no matter what it is, no matter what time of day it is. And they've really encouraged me to just be myself, no matter if it's, you know, like they're happy that I'm taking time off of work to do this. And I just feel so lucky to have the people in my life that I do.
That's, honestly, I'm like so happy to hear that for you. That's like, God, yeah, like, it's crazy to hear such like a tragic story, you know. But then we are where we are now, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's great to hear that you're so like, you know, like motivated and stuff like that, just to keep going despite the circumstances around you. You know, that's really good to hear.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely it's hard, but it's something that it's always been like, I've always wanted to try to focus on the things we can control in life and the good things that we have that we can like kind of keep with us, keep close to us. Yeah. So I feel like I've tried to follow that my whole life, and it's never let me down so far. So just kind of still trying to stick with it then.
And so you found that sort of like, yeah, like you said, things like video games give you something that you can focus your brain on, sort of like in the same way you might do in academia, but also providing like a stress relieving outlet then.
Yeah, because when I'm gaming and kind of tinkering with my own builds, I don't have like looming deadlines. I don't have like looming pressures of funding or whatever else that might be out there just kind of on me. It's just more of a at my own pace kind of thing, like my own kind of like a more comfortable level of pressure, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And speaking about mechanics, do you think that there's any like particular characters in Warframe that are often overlooked or like misunderstood by the community?
I don't know if I've been playing long enough to be able to say anything on this, because I haven't played. I think I have almost every Warframe at this point.
Yeah. But
I don't think I've played enough of them enough time to get a feel for what I feel might be something that's kind of slept on or anything.
Yeah.
I know something that I have slept on before, and this is like just a general mechanic thing, is parkour velocity.
Yeah.
Because I always felt so slow all the time. I would always be like running to the extraction and saying like I'm going as fast as my little Dante legs can take me. But I just put on like a parkour velocity shard like on Gara or something, or on a frame that doesn't usually have a whole lot of movement, and I just feel like I'm just flying through.
Yeah.
And it helps speed things up a lot. But in terms of like specific Warframes, I don't know, maybe the closest thing I can think of is, I really like the Equinox Slam build. I think it has so much potential, I think. Especially when you put like any kind of like armor stripping on it, even if it's something like just Arcane Circumvent, even something like that. I use a Breach Surge build with Equinox under Dayform with that, and it is so satisfying when you proc the Archititron's melee influence and all the Breach Surge sparks go out, and it's so satisfying to see that.
Yeah. Because a lot of people are calling for Equinox to be like completely reworked or even just retouched, but I feel like a lot of those people don't play Equinox.
Yeah, I can definitely see like where they're coming from, but I don't know. I don't know if I can say much about this, because I really like the way she is right now. Yeah. And I have yet to try a build that uses both her day and night forms. But yeah, I guess I wouldn't. Maybe a retouch wouldn't hurt, because I feel like there are some things about her kit that could be a little more like buffed.
Yeah. I know that.
I guess that those things.
Sorry, you first.
Sorry. Or I guess I was going to say some of the things I can think of that I feel like might be better or might be buffed or tweaked are things that I would get if I just played her night form too. Yeah. So I don't know if I can really say much about that.
Yeah, because a lot of people call for her augment that allows her to pass energy between day and night form should be integrated as part of her passive.
Yeah, or like I feel like that's one of the reasons why I play just her day form, is because it would take up a mod slot to be able to go between the two at no cost. So
yeah. But again, I'm solidly of the opinion that a lot of people who call for reworks, like Loki rework, Ash rework, Equinox rework, Chroma rework, a lot of them are just sort of repeating talking points that they've heard from YouTubers without actually playing the Warframe themselves. Which is a good way to get traction, but a lot, you do find a lot of parroted opinions within the Warframe community.
Yeah. I've seen a little bit of that too, and I feel like also like one of those other things you mentioned, like chroma. I feel like some of I only pull chroma out when I'm pouring credits. When I do play chroma, I feel like a lot of what could be tweaked or retouched is more like quality of life things as opposed to like true balance, maybe.
Yeah.
Because chroma can be very strong by herself, but some of the like when you activate the one ability and you're just standing, you can't interact with anything. That's all you have. It's a little bit like frustrating to not be able to like open containers or pick up things or just like little things like that. I think might help. And that could be also true for some of the other frames you also mentioned.
Yeah, for sure. And so on this same point, is there any Warframe that you feel particularly needs some sort of readjusting or even a full rework?
I mean, they've already done it. I was going to say maybe Nidus, because I have tried to play Nidus a couple times, and I see the potential there. I see, like, how good Nidus could be, but it was just so hard to get him there. I feel like the amount of, like, I guess to use the same term again, mental gymnastics to try to, like, keep Nidus's abilities up and his mutation stacks up.
Yeah.
That was, like, the amount of, like, mental gymnastics compared to, like, Equinox felt like double almost.
Yeah.
But it was really nice to see that they are going to retouch him.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how that goes. Apart from Nidus, I actually, again, I don't know if I've played enough of the frames to really give my own opinion about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what Nidus is going to be like now.
Yeah. I do like the trend that Pablo has set with every big expansion coming with at least one or two retouches towards Warframes, because it kind of gives you another thing to look forward to in the current content.
Yeah, for sure.
So are you, I assume you're excited about Jade Shadow's Constellations then coming out in June?
I'm really bad. The last dev stream was the first dev stream I ever like specifically sat down to watch, and I was an hour late. So I came in like when they were like halfway through talking about the Nidus retouches, and at that point I was like, because I had just like woken up, I was like, my sleep schedule was in shambles, so like I was like not able to make it earlier. But I have wireless headsets. I was down in the kitchen making lunch, and so I didn't even get to see a whole lot of what was before that, or even like I think I came back with my lunch. I want to say like when they were talking about the camera changes, which I'm also very excited about, because I put bunny ears on all of my frames and I can't see shit sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I use a lot of the Coda Bubonico, so it's nice to see that I might actually be able to get, 60% of my monitor back to look at the game.
Yeah, for sure.
But did you end up going back and watching the dev stream then, on your own time?
I really need to, but no, I have not yet. But I really need to. I've just been so scattered right now recently.
It's a even if you just watch the trailer for Jade Shadow's Constellations, it is so hype.
Is it that anime style kind of one that I've seen bits of that?
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay, yeah, I definitely want to go back and watch that again.
Yeah, it's a fully animated dual fight sequence, which is really cool.
Oh, nice. Right. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I definitely need to go back and watch that.
Yeah. So, sometimes being a streamer, one of the best and worst things you have to deal with is chat. Do you have any particular chat things that you have to deal with that sometimes you wish you didn't have to?
When it comes to yes, actually. So let's see. I'm trying to think of how to say this. I've had a couple people come into my chat, and out of even a first-time chat, they'll say something so outlandish about what I'm wearing, or just something like that, and I'm I'm covered completely what is the difference between me being dressed like this versus being in a room with a computer versus being outside at the beach or something, or at the pool or just whatever. And it's you what you think you were going to be doing with that kind of is what the whole what I'm thinking. But just comments like that, they're just really really what was the point of this kind of comment. or stuff that's like, well, I want to say I don't want to deal with this, but I've had people who, like, I put it on my profile, as you said, about that I'm a scientist, and I've put some stuff about, my past jobs and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they will like be curious and want to know more, which I love talking about that stuff. But when I'm already like doing like when my brain's like already on trying to not die in the game, trying to talk to other people in chat, it's like, oh no, I can't handle one more task on my like single core CPU. I'm like, I can't do it right now. And I feel bad because I do want to talk to those people, but I'm usually streaming when I'm tired already.
Yeah.
And already like multitasking. So that's something I'm trying to like address I'm failing at it, but trying to get better sleep so I do have more energy in my brain to have to multitask like that.
Yeah. So so what it sounds like is that people just sort of hopping in chat to just be like casually misogynistic for like no reason then.
Yeah.
That's a real shame, and I'm sorry to hear that you've gone through that,
Yeah, no, I mean, the good thing though is that it's only been like I think 2 people out of everyone I've had in my stream ever. And also I feel so lucky to have the team of mods that I do, because they nip that stuff so fast. I don't even get a chance to read. I have to go and read it like in like the mod view and like see what was actually like what that person was banned for or something.
Yeah.
They're very good at being on top of those things, and even any kind of like, we had someone come into stream and make some kind of like, we were talking about just like, ADHD and just how, mental health stuff. And someone had mentioned that, I think about their ADHD or something like that, or that they had something with it.
Yeah.
And someone else decided to think it was okay to make a comment that to tell that person that's what was wrong with their generation. And I'm just like, what is this? Yeah. Like what? But we do try to like stay on top of those kind of comments. We try to that's something I really focused on. Like I really want this stream to be like a safe space for everyone, no matter like what your background is, no matter how you identify, no matter who you love. It doesn't matter. It's like we're all gamers at the end of the day. We all have people we love. We all we all just have people we love, people who care about us, and we're all just trying to like survive in this cruel, insane world.
Yeah. It's really good though that you've dealt with so little of it. It's just a shame, if any at all. Because like...
Yeah, I mean, honestly... sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the Warframe community is one of the like nicest communities I think most of us have come across, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say is... I am continue I continue to be shocked at just how kind everyone is. And even like, I can try to give those people the benefit of the doubt. Like some of those offhanded comments, like I can see like some people like might have some kind of weird humor that they think they have with it or whatever. It's like, that's just not the energy I want in the stream though. But otherwise, like so many of my Prime Warframes, or like so much of what I've learned has come from me asking like veteran Tenno in the chat, like just when I've been queuing solo and I just they're randoms in my team. I've had some amazing and like hilarious conversations with so many people. Now this is weird to say, but some of those conversations, some of those like just funny comments or just stuff that have made me like cackle laughing, I've like screenshotted that so I can look back at that and kind of try to remind myself that there are still good people in not only this community, but just out there in general. And just I try to like also live by that. As soon as I became a not baby Tenno anymore, when I started like kind of been in a position where I have like spare Warframes or spare weapons, or when I've like played enough of a frame, I do try to like help other people out too. So I think it's a really good like positive feedback loop of just positivity in the community that again, I'm just shocked coming from PvP worlds and Apex Legends, Overwatch, and Destiny 2. It's like it almost gives you whiplash.
Yeah, and I feel like that's really fostered by Digital Extremes being a really, really inclusive like space for creators and for the devs themselves, because DE is now Warframe now has like a female creative director, hasn't since the since the Zariman update. And so, like, I've never seen a more thankfully normal community about having like a female game designer in charge of everything.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I've enjoyed seeing as well. Like just like the normalcy of that, and that it's not this big deal where people aren't like trying to like shoot it down or whatever, and it's just like it's another normal thing in the community.
Yeah, because like Rebecca has done such an amazing job as creative director, and it's you'll see on like the Warframe forums people being like, "Oh, the game's changed since Rebecca took charge," and it's like, yeah, thank God it needed it.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to see that like a lot of the I don't know people that I would call sort of more toxic within the community have been pushed out by how inclusive DE has been.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Rebecca, you get 1 day at DE as creative director, and you can mandate one thing gets added to the game by end of day, be it a warframe, a weapon, a mission type, or any quality of life change. What would you want added to the game?
Oh God. I don't know if I have enough experience in the game to even say, but the first thing that comes to mind is, and again, this might be fixed, and I might have a different opinion after I experience the camera changes. I was going to say first person, please, because, I play on. I used to play on an ultra wide. I play on a 39-inch like ultra wide monitor, and I still feel like I only have 40% of my screen I'm looking at. Because of I don't even have any big ephemeras on me most of the time, but just be able to see clearly and to be able to aim with less visual clutter. I guess just like either first person or a way to really like address, I guess, individually visual clutter. I think they did a really good job with the changes with the damage numbers. That's really helped. But I still find those bunny ears in my crosshair a lot, so that's first thing that came to mind.
Yeah. I actually have a fun little story about first-person view in Warframe.
Oh?
So, Saito 9 was first added during 1999, and his initial gimmick was going to be that he would be the first-person frame, like the first-person view Warframe, and that his ult would be him entering first-person, and you can play the game from that perspective.
Oh.
The issue was that they play-tested this, and they found that bullet jumping made people almost physically ill from like the motion sickness.
That is a good point.
Yeah. I mean, I still crave a first-person Warframe because I feel like they could do it.
That's a good point, actually. Now that you think about it. Wow, yeah, actually. How would we handle bullet jumping? My God. Although I do recall like in Destiny 2 when you would be in first person by default, but certain abilities or certain whatever you kind of flash into third person, like when you're placing a rift, or placing more radiance, or hunter dodges, you just like kind of dodge out of first person to third person temporarily.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah. I mean,
that would flying with Uriel. I just thought of too. Like, how would that like be motion sick by the time you get to your destination?
Or Titania, like it would.
Oh damn! Yeah.
Or Gauss. I think Gauss would make people violently unwell.
Yeah.
But again, I still think it's a great idea. I personally campaigned to get a first-person Warframe back in the game.
Oh wow!
It's just quite funny hearing people say that when I was initially there, seeing them say, "Hey, we were going to do it," and then one of our playtesters was made sick from trying to play the game this way.
Oh man!
No, that's cool.
I'm like going to be thinking about that all day now. Like, wow.
So, do you have a particular game mode in Warframe that you resonate with like the most? Whether it be like a mission type or like the Descendia as a full, you know what I mean.
I keep forgetting the Descendia exists. I don't know why I always forget it, because it doesn't come up in like, you have to go to a whole new menu for it and everything. But actually, now that you mentioned, I do like game modes that, I don't have one specific game mode I really find myself gravitating toward, but I do like game modes that I can just queue into, and I'm just like there. Like it's not like a exterminate. You have to go in and then extract. You have to keep all these freaking loading screens.
Yeah.
Like the Descendia, I might get hate for this, but I don't mind survival missions.
Yeah.
Because I actually, when I was like a baby Tenno, I used to go into survival missions like by my freaking self, and just stay in them for like sometimes 2 hours, and test builds that I've put together. Just stuff that I could just turn my brain off and just like point and shoot kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it kind of makes me think about the fact that I also, when in Destiny 2 they came out with Onslaught, I really loved Onslaught, and I'm like, hey, this is just like defense, kind of, in a way.
No, that's good though. So you are a fan of the more endless game modes then?
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
Nice. So, do you have any particular Warframe hot takes or like opinions that you feel like might be a bit on the spicy end of normal?
Ooh, I don't know. Again, I don't know if I've played this game enough to really be able to say anything.
Doesn't have to be like about the game, but even about like the developers or the community or any particular one mechanic.
Oh man, I don't know.
That's alright.
I mean, I've heard Limbo gets a lot of hate.
Yeah.
But one of my good friends actually plays Limbo from time to time, and I don't even notice when he's playing Limbo. I don't know how, but the other people who I've like randoms I've been with who have played Limbo, I'm like stuck in the rift half the time, and I'm like, why am I here suddenly? Or I can't hit enemies. But like when he plays, like I don't even notice it. So I'm like, there's a way somehow. There's a way. But apart from that, maybe like give us RGB lighting. I don't know. That's something I loved about D2. That I'm like, can I put RGB lighting on my Warframe, please?
Yeah.
And then I heard someone mention. I think someone said this in chat. Like, if we had an RGB like color like to apply to Warframes, like would people put that as their ability energy and like blind everyone? Like, imagine Vauban with RGB lighting energy. Like, I can't like I've only got a 4070 Ti, which isn't a slacker card, but when I've got like streaming up, and I've got like stream avatars up, and I've got OBS running, and I've got like 3 lurking tabs, and I drop down to 40 FPS sometimes when I play, and I'm just like, I don't know if my PC could handle that, but I do wish that we could have some kind of like color changey effect aesthetically about our frames. That'd be cool. Yeah,
for sure. That's actually the first time I've ever heard that, so that's a really cool new perspective. I never even
just like another level of like fashion framing, perhaps.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm imagining Corvex with like the RGB energy between all of his like stone plating, so he looks like a
oh my gosh, yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
So he looks like a Razer keyboard or something.
Oh my god, I was just playing Corvex last night in, what was it? Oh yeah, after reset I got him in rotation for my ETA, and I was playing him, and I was like, I think it's what's it, the disometric guard or something it's called, all those like those like little plates around him. I was like struggling to see through those, and now that you mentioned it, I'm like, those, but RGB. Oh god, is that how much worse might that be?
There's they actually used to with the void shell skins, they had to tone down effects like that specifically because people would use the chrome plating material for void shell skins, and then set it to all white, so people would be walking through relays looking like a miniature sun. I don't know if you've ever seen videos of that or anything.
I don't think so, but I've been told that my Nova looks like that. Like, I have an all-white Nova, and when I look at her, like, she's not like glowing, but it's almost like she's missing textures or something. So I can see that happening for sure.
And it's like when they added Marie LaRue to the game for the first time, the Wisp Gemini.
Yeah.
And her Gemini transformation involves her using her soul gate, right, to like flash the screen so she can then change forms. And people used to do that to troll players in relays because it would used to make a blinding flash that would go.
Oh gosh, flashbang the whole relay.
Yeah, except that groups of people would then enter relays and start spamming it.
Oh no.
Which is
oh god,
really good. Which again, nothing related to what you said. It's particularly, but you know, I think it's imagine that, but like RGB or something.
Yeah. Oh man, that's yeah. That'd be a sight to see for sure.
Yeah. So, is there anything that you see new players in your chat when they ask questions like consistently getting wrong, or something you wish that Warframe would help with onboarding new players?
I don't know if like I could say that they're doing anything wrong, because a lot of them are mostly there just ask questions, so I can't really tell what else they're doing. But I think I don't want to say like the learning curve of the game is steep. I don't think it's that steep, but maybe like I think a lot of new players that come into my chat, they seem to be like kind of lost as to like what to do, what to focus on, or they're asking like, you know, which frames should I get next, and then I have to go into asking them, you know, what's your play style, or like what do you like to do most, and you know, what kind of feels best for you to use, kind of thing. But it's, I think maybe just like direction, like they just seem like very lost baby Tenno. Very similar to what I probably felt like when I started the game, like not really knowing where to go, not really knowing which menu I need to be in to progress things even. Yeah, maybe just like maybe a bit better about like, you know, what main quest line is, like what exactly you're supposed to be doing, because like you can go into the codex and like start a quest, but then you go into your navigation, you're met with like, all these freaking planets, and you're like, where am I supposed to be going? And then sometimes it's not obvious that you can just click on the top right, the little like name of the quest you're on, and it'll like take you somewhere. That's not obvious. There are a lot of these little things that aren't like explained to you in the game. Also, another thing that was kind of maybe a tangent, but I just learned that you can teleport to your railjack with the Omni and your gear wheel. I just learned that at LR1, so I had no idea.
I've learned that just right now at LR4, so you've just taught me something new about Warframe.
Oh no!
I had no idea. What?
Yeah, I think if once you reach a certain like level of intrinsics, like you get that. I've just been flying around like a peasant, I guess, this whole time. But that's something. And then someone else said you can also bind it to like, or it's bound to O on your keyboard, which I've yet to try that one. But I'm like, is this why people have been yelling at me in Railjack? With like randoms have been like telling me like come to the ship like over and over. And I'm like, I'm coming, I'm trying to get there. Yeah. I'm like, wow, what else have I not known about this game?
I mean, I make tutorial videos about the video game, and I've just learned this today, so I'm like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, and there's also like some other stuff like that I've learned, like if you, like, you know, like when you want to pick up, like, I call it the iceberg lettuce, the frost leaves on like the Corpus like ship or the Corpus maps. Yeah. When you want to pick those up, normally you walk up to them and you have to hold down your interact, and you gotta wait for this freaking loading circle. And as long as you have general line of sight of that item, I'm pretty sure it's like generally in like a general like forward facing cone of your vision. If you just push E when you're not even up to it, and you hold E, it's E for me, my interact, and you walk up to it while holding your interact, it'll like immediately pick it up right then and there. You don't have to wait for that circle to go. Which when I found that out was like, I'm just like gardening the whole time when I'm in these maps. Sometimes I'm just like walking around picking up all these pine cones, all these the frost leaves and whatnot. It speeds it up really fast. It's like a lot of all these like little things that are just like good to know, kind of.
Yeah, because there's one thing I find myself teaching players a lot, and that's that if you hold down your interact button and then roll over something.
Yes. Yeah,
your Warframe will automatically pick it up mid-roll, which is so handy.
Oh yeah. I have been told though, or I don't know how true this is, I have been told that, you know that bug you get stuck in sometimes where like you can't shoot, you can't use your abilities, you can if you can go into your operator, you're lucky. Yeah. I've heard that doing that can sometimes trigger that. I've continued to do that trick though, and I've yet to be put in that bug again. So I'm not sure how. I guess I'm still trying to figure out what causes that bug, because it happens to me so much of the time when I don't want it to. Like when I'm like halfway through an ETA run or something, it'll happen to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's another thing that was also helpful for me to know. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of other ones like that that I still have no idea about, that I'm doing the long way or something.
Yeah. So, which Warframe content creators do you feel like deserve some time in the spotlight for their contributions?
Let's see. I think definitely the first one that comes to mind is Coach, because Coach, actually, the way I met Coach was funny, actually. I think it was the first week that I was streaming, within the first week of me streaming.
Yeah.
He raided me all of a sudden with like 50 some people, and I'm just sitting there like, hello, like hi everyone, like all of a sudden. Yeah. And just like the energy of his chat, just how fun he was just meeting him, and just the positivity that he emanates, and still continue. He's like one of the most like positive people I know.
Yeah.
That really helped kind of motivate me to continue, like to stay in streaming also.
Yeah.
Just seeing that support from someone that I never expected. And yeah, just he just does so much for his community, so much for the Warframe community. He's always like, he always wants to be that person to make others laugh and just have a good time. He's just like, just having that kind of wanting to put that kind of energy into the world, into the Warframe community, is just something I look up to immensely.
Yeah.
So I definitely think he deserves some time in the spotlight. I know I've said like it's hard for me to choose just one person.
Of course, please feel free to keep going.
Someone else that I think definitely deserves some time in the spotlight is someone that I forget how I met him actually. His Twitch is Jokes on Maestro. Yeah. And he and I are just massive goofballs. Like every time that I am in his stream, I'm just like laughing my ass off at just some random just joke that has been cracked, or just like the goofball energy that he always has in his streams. And yeah. He does so many funny impressions too. I've heard mostly when we're playing Peak though, but just the like support that I've had from him. Yeah. And the kindness that he shows his community, and just we've been having a bit war recently where I went into his channel. I plotted with one of my mods that we'd go into his channel and we'd spam him with bits. And now he's sent people from his channel to come and spam me with bits. And it's just this like kind of funny thing we have now. But he's just so kind and just very, just a great person, and always supportive, both off stream and on stream. Just a really fun guy to play with. And he's always helped me out in Warframe. Any questions I have, he's LR6, so like I still feel like baby tenor compared to him. Yeah, just a really fun guy to play with and be around. It's so hard for me to like not like say so many other people right now too, because this game is just full of so many great people. Yeah. But I think another person who deserves a shout out is also Dongo too, because I kind of like I've seen, like before I even knew who Dongo was, like I've seen his like shorts in my YouTube recommended. Yeah. And I saw him as this like this. I mean, he's a really big popular streamer, but I'm just sitting here like I'm just this tiny streamer who's like no one's gonna pay attention to me, like every time I always feel so welcome in his channel. Like every time I'm in there and say hi, he always gives me a shout out, which he definitely doesn't need to, but I always appreciate. And he also has, I've seen him take the time to support some of my good friends who aren't even in Warframe community, but I've started to convert them into becoming Warframe people now. So we have new baby Tenno in my community now, thankfully. But he's just like he really makes an effort to reach out to others in the community and to kind of, you know, like lift them up and kind of showcase them as well. And you always like just so it's just thinking about all these different people who want to put that energy back into the community and want to kind of support one another. And it's just really awesome to see how many of us, of you guys, of everyone does that.
Yeah. It's crazy because Coach and Dongo especially are such like titans of like good and like, you know, like such genuine people in like the community as well.
Yeah, for sure.
He was talking about my YouTube channel not long ago, and he noticed that I was close to 500 subscribers, and then was like, "Okay, guys, well, we're not leaving until Chili's above 500 subscribers now, so make it happen." And I was like panicking, like, "No, please don't worry about that." And then I refreshed my my Warframe my YouTube studio, and I was at like 504 subscribers, and I was like, "What have you done? Why are you doing this to me?"
Yeah, they've done that to me too. Where they like message me every so often and be like, "You're almost at like 400 followers," and I now I'm sitting here. I can't believe I'm at 663 followers, and I've barely been streaming for a month now, a little over a month now. It's insane. But yeah, like I attribute a lot of that to just their support and just them like taking the time to like, you know, like make sure that everyone is seen in the community, which is really rare, I think.
Yeah, because they put in so much effort as well. Like Coach's streaming schedule is crazy.
Yeah.
And Dongo as well. Like he is constantly like on the content grind, and both of them are like super admirable members of the community.
Yeah, for sure. That's something that stood out to me as well, is just how much of themselves they put into not just the time they spend with the community and streaming, but also the quality of like what they put out there and just being their authentic selves.
Yeah. And for the viewers at home, if you are curious about Coach and Dongo right now, you can actually watch my interviews with those two as well. They're on the channel, they've been up for a while, so if you feel like seeing their takes on Warframe, please feel free to check out those videos as well. I think they're quite good. They're very funny people. So, have you found making Warframe, like, how have you found making Warframe your primary source of content? And are there other games that you're, like, dying to cover?
In terms of how I felt about making Warframe my primary content, I mean, it's felt pretty good, actually. I've been told before that, you know, don't like put all your eggs in one basket kind of thing. Yeah. But like I didn't really start this to like with the intentions of like blowing up or getting big or whatever. It's mostly really is just for my own enjoyment and to kind of rebuild a community and friends that I was unfortunately forced to walk away from you know my awful relationship I was in before. Yeah. And it's kind of the main reason I've done it, but I mean, I don't regret anything. I don't regret sticking with Warframe so strongly. I don't regret being as involved as I've gotten into, like with the community, with like kind of involving myself in talking with my chat and everything. Yeah. It's been really great, honestly. And I'm sorry, what was the second part of your question again? I'm sorry.
Do you have any other games that you're like really interested in covering on stream?
Oh yeah, I used to be really into Minecraft. Yeah. I think I spent more time in class in high school playing Minecraft than actually paying attention in class in high school. I used to run I used to run a bunch of servers. Like I owned the physical rack servers. I bought them. I bought one off of eBay, and then I was gifted some from my mom's company. And I ran all those servers. I installed Ubuntu onto all of them, ran them all from the command line and everything. Yeah. And I had vanilla server with plugins. I had Tekkit. I had a Pixelmon server, and I think I had an experimental like Galacticraft server or something like that. Yeah. And that I had people from all over the world play on when I was in high school. And I absolutely loved that. I loved creating that community. I loved just the like I have ADHD, so like a game like Minecraft really like scratches that itch of like being able to do all the things at once.
Yeah.
But that's something I've really considered getting back into at some point. And I've thought about trying Apex again, but it's so different from what it used to be. So maybe not.
Yeah.
But at the moment, that's primarily kind of what I've been looking at.
Yeah, I used to be a huge Apex player back in the day, and like I feel the same way. It's actually the game that me and my husband like bonded the most over, when we were first getting to know each other.
Oh, that's so cute.
He was a massive Octane main back before he got the massive rework.
Yes, I was Octane main too.
Yeah, and like, yeah, no, it was like Apex is a significant game for myself as well in that way. I used to play a lot of Caustic because I'm a terrible person, but like it is crazy to see like how much it's changed and how they're trying to revert on those changes to like bring old players back in when the game just isn't what it used to be, you know?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I have some of my old friends that I used to play a lot of Apex with. They have told me that it does feel a lot better to them, that they're really recommending I come back and try it, but I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I can.
Yeah, I've got a friend called Trippy Eclipse who's always like, hey, do you want to come on Apex today? And I'm like, no, I haven't wanted to come on Apex in years.
Oh no.
Like the last time I played it like semi-seriously was pre-Newcastle.
Oh wow. I think around the same, yeah.
Yeah, like I think I stopped playing just after they added the Olympus map? The one with Horizon.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
The humongous map that isn't Stormpoint.
Yes. And it's like I hear every so often like, oh wow, they brought back Skulltown, and I'm like, why? What? Stop doing it dirty, just leave it be.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I have so many clips of Apex from back when I played Apex, and I just sometimes I like watch them and I'm just like I'm just like sad at what like that doesn't feel like that anymore to me. It's like I'm definitely glad that they've been making changes that it has kind of brought the game back, but for me it's like it'd just be so hard to go back at this point.
Yeah, for sure. And so in Warframe, it's a community well known for being a bit sort of unhinged or deranged. Have you ever experienced any of that yourself?
Maybe. I probably haven't seen as unhinged / deranged as what is actually out there.
Yeah.
But I have had people like some of the names of people's pets are very wild. One of my friends actually, every time I'm in a game with him, he pulls out a new companion that just has a name like the Booty Eater or something, just something like that. I'm just like, what is this? I'll just see his profile running around with like, I'm like, is this yours? Or just something like that. And like, do you know the weapon? I think it's the Stug in Warframe. I didn't. Apparently, so I guess I had that at one point. I mastered it or got it to full mastery, and then I just sold it. I didn't really use it. I think my strat for leveling weapons at the time was like just being Dante, going into a defense and just using only Noctua. So I didn't really know what Stug was. So I got Stug again, and then he had told me to make all of the energy colors white. And I'm like, okay,
no,
why is this?
I know exactly.
And then I go into a game, and I'm like, so this is now the Jizz gun. Okay. I'm like, thank you. And of course I keep forgetting to take that off. So every time I use the Stug, I'm just shooting the same just white goo at enemies. But just like stuff like that I've seen. And it's obviously more of like, it's just goofy and makes me laugh kind of stuff. It's not like the like truly like disturbing unhinged stuff. Thankfully I've not encountered that at this point.
That's good.
But I think that's the extent of what I've seen.
I don't know if you've ever been there when the devs have mentioned the Stug like on stream, but chat goes crazy for the Stug because they recently said that they're going to bring into the game the Stug Incarnon.
Oh yeah, I've heard that too.
And chat was just spamming like I'm stugging it in the chat, and you can see them looking at chat and like recoiling as they're just. It's just walls of, I'm stugging it, guys. I'm stugging it. And it's like, why?
Oh god.
Why are we like this?
Yeah, I think I have. I think it reminded me of one conversation we had in my chat where the Stug Incarnate became a topic of conversation, and we were trying to think about what would the Incarnate be, and people were saying, oh, it'll be just a fire hose now, or it'll be like ricocheting or something, and I'm like, oh god, what is this?
What is one thing about Warframe that you think no other game does that makes this game truly special?
I think definitely like the inclusivity.
Yeah.
The inclusivity and I think like you had mentioned before, just like driving away toxicity by just being the kind and inclusive community that it is.
Yeah.
Because there literally is no room for that. That's not something I've experienced anywhere else in any area of life. I don't think not anywhere, not in any career field I've been in, not in any other game community I've been in, not in nowhere else.
Yeah.
And that's really what at least I really feel it's special to have when you have that kind of when you have when you are a game that those kind of positive, kind people are just naturally gravitating towards you. It's that's something that I feel should be celebrated for sure, and is something that is I hope that they keep up with for forever, however long they're going to be keeping up with the game.
Yeah, that's really good to hear, because a lot of other game developers consider toxicity and a really cruel player base to just be a fact of life, but DE have really championed saying no, that it doesn't have to be this way at all. Right.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of especially coming from Apex Legends, it's almost like this is no fault of theirs, because sometimes they're just PvP games tend to have a little more just kind of nastiness to them.
Yeah.
It's it's almost okay, yeah, we'll address toxicity, or they'll kind of they'll do stuff to try to get to it, but it's never something that is, and never something that ends up being a long time fix, or it's never something that ends up being super impactful. There have been changes that you can feel it, but I feel the extent that Warframe kind of pushes that is definitely almost. I mean, I would imagine the whole community feels it.
Yeah. No, and it's good, and more game companies should really take a leaf from DE.
Yeah, definitely.
And thank you for your time, xAlpxne. It's been a pleasure having you.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you so much for interviewing me, and just yes, I'm really glad I did this. So thank you.
And for the people at home who may not know where to catch you or who you are, where do you stream? Where can we find you?
Right now I mostly just stream on Twitch. I have been trying to dual stream on. I used to dual stream on Twitch and Kick.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try to start streaming on YouTube, but mostly just Twitch for now. Twitch, yeah. YouTube, and if I can help, if I can avoid paying a premium subscription to one of those multi-streaming things, hopefully Facebook too.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly Twitch for now.
Amazing, and that's xAlpxne, xAlpxne for everyone at home.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. You as well.
Okay, bye.